Hey, welcome back to Oh My English. I'm Lily.
And I'm Tommy. Hi, everyone.
So, before we start, Tommy, you look like someone who didn't sleep well.
I slept fine. I have a lot on my mind today.
Okay. Good a lot or bad a lot?
Just a lot. A lot. You know when something is bothering you, but you can't really explain why?
Oh, I know exactly that feeling. Is it Dan again? Did he send another meme with no context?
No, actually. This time it was a voice message. 40 seconds. Just him humming a song I didn't recognize. No explanation.
That is somehow worse than the memes.
Right? I didn't respond. I don't know what you respond to that.
You hum back.
Maybe I will. Maybe that's what the whole thing is, a humming conversation. Very advanced communication.
Very British.
Very British, yes.
Okay, so what's actually on your mind today? Because I feel like there's something specific.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to sound weird.
Say it.
I feel like my English stopped moving. Like, I know more than I knew a year ago. I can have conversations, I understand most things people say to me, but it doesn't feel like I'm getting better anymore. It feels like I'm just here.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that's normal or if I'm doing something wrong. Or if I just hit some kind of wall and that's it.
You know what? I think a lot of people listening right now just nodded.
Really?
That feeling has a name, and today that's what we're going to sit with. Not just name it, we're actually going to have the conversation first. Like, really have it. And then we're going to come back and look at what we said, the words, the expressions, and I'm going to give you a set of sentence starters you can use when you feel exactly like this.
Okay, that sounds good and also a little scary.
Good scary or bad scary?
Honestly, both.
Before we get into all of that, if this kind of episode is useful to you, the best thing you can do right now is subscribe and hit like. It tells us you want more of this, and it helps other people find Oh My English too.
And share it with someone who's learning English, seriously. If you know someone who feels exactly like Tommy just described, send them this episode.
Okay, let's talk.
So, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I feel like, okay, when I first moved here, every week I learned something new. Like I'd be at the coffee shop and someone would say something and I'd think, I've never heard that before, and that I'd learn it. And the next week, something else. It felt like progress, you know?
And now?
Now I go to the same coffee shop and I understand everything. And I don't know if that's good or if I just stopped.
Can I ask you something? When you say you feel stuck, what does it feel like exactly? Like, what happens in your body?
That's a weird question.
I know. Answer it anyway.
Okay. It feels like, you know when you're walking and you think you have one more step and then there isn't one, and your whole body kind of drops for half a second?
Yeah.
It's like that, but with words. I open my mouth and I know what I want to say in my head, but what comes out is just the same things I always say, the same phrases. Like I hit a wall and I don't know where the door is.
I hit a wall. That's a good way to put it.
Is that the right expression?
Completely. I hit a wall means you reached a point where progress stopped. It's not permanent, but it feels like it is.
That's exactly what it feels like. Permanent.
Yeah, and here's the thing. What you're describing has a real name. It's called a plateau.
Plateau.
Like a flat surface after a climb. You've been going up, and then suddenly the ground is flat. You're not going down, you're just not going up either.
Right. And when the ground is flat, you can't tell if you're moving at all.
Exactly. And the tricky part is, a plateau doesn't mean you stopped making progress. It means the progress became invisible.
Invisible how?
Okay, think about your first students. When you started teaching guitar, how fast did they improve in the first month?
Really fast. Like, they'd go from nothing to being able to play a chord in a week.
And after a year?
Slower. Way slower. But they were doing things a beginner couldn't even understand.
That's it. Early progress is loud. You notice everything. Later progress is quiet. You're building things you can't see yet.
I never thought about it like that.
The problem is, when progress is quiet, it feels like you're going nowhere. And that feeling is real, it's just not accurate.
So you're saying I am making progress, but I can't feel it.
I'm saying you might be, but there's also a real question underneath what you're feeling, and it's this. Are you using English or just being around English?
What's the difference?
There's a big difference. Being around English is you understand the coffee shop. You follow conversations, you watch TV without subtitles. Using English is when you're trying to express something you've never said before, when you reach for a word you don't have yet. That's when you actually grow.
So the coffee shop doesn't count.
The coffee shop counts for maintenance, not for growth.
Okay, that's a little depressing.
I know, but here's the good part. You're already doing one of the things that matters, right now. You said something you've never said to me before. You described a feeling you didn't have words for, and you found the words.
I hit a wall.
I hit a wall. That's not nothing.
It doesn't feel like enough.
It never does when you're in the middle of it. But stuck isn't the same as stopped, Tommy. Stuck means you're still there. You haven't given up. You just need to push through to the next layer.
Push through.
Push through. Keep going even when it's hard, even when you feel like you're going nowhere.
I like that. Going nowhere. That's also what it feels like you're moving, but nothing is changing.
Yeah, and going nowhere is something we say when we feel frustrated. Like, I've been studying for hours and I feel like I'm going nowhere. It's not just about language learning, it's about anything where effort doesn't feel like progress.
Have you ever felt like that with something?
Honestly, with cooking, I spent like 3 weeks trying to make a proper pie crust and every single one came out wrong. And at some point, I just thought, I'm never going to get this. I'm going nowhere.
But you got it?
Eventually, it was terrible, and then one day, it wasn't.
What changed?
I stopped trying to do it perfectly and just started doing it more. Like, I made a pie every weekend even when I knew it would be bad.
So the answer is just do it more?
The answer is do it differently. More exposure isn't the same as more practice. You can listen to English all day and hit a wall because you're always the one receiving. You need to produce, say things you've never said before, make mistakes that feel embarrassing.
That's the part I avoid.
I know, most people do.
Because when I make a mistake in English, I feel like, it sounds stupid to even say this, I feel like I'm less.
Less than what?
Less than who I am in Portuguese. In Portuguese, I'm funny. I tell good stories, I can explain complicated things. In English, sometimes I'm just a person who can order coffee.
That gap between who you are and who you can be in the new language, that's one of the hardest things about learning, and not enough people talk about it.
It's not just frustrating, it's kind of lonely.
Yeah, it really is.
So, what do I do? I mean, actually do, not just understand the problem.
You start making progress where you can feel it. You pick one thing, one situation, one type of conversation, and you go deeper into it, not wider, deeper. And you do it until it stops feeling hard.
Like what?
Like, you teach guitar, right? Do you ever explain what you're doing to your students in English?
Sometimes, not always.
Start always, even the complicated stuff. This chord is difficult because your fingers have to stretch in a direction that's not natural yet. That's a sentence you probably haven't said before.
I haven't.
That's where the wall breaks, not from studying more vocabulary lists, from needing to say something real and finding a way to say it.
Okay, that actually makes sense to me.
Good, because you're not stuck. You just thought the wall was the end. It's not.
It's a door.
With a very stiff handle.
Perfect. Very encouraging, Lily.
I try. So what just happened there?
We talked about feeling stuck, and you made me feel slightly better about it.
Slightly?
Slightly, but genuinely. Like the thing about progress being invisible, that stayed with me.
Good. Let's pull that conversation apart a little because a few things happened that are worth looking at.
Okay.
First, the arc. You came in describing a feeling you didn't have the name for, and by the end, you had the words. Plateau, hit a wall, push through, going nowhere. Those aren't just vocabulary, they're how native speakers actually talk about this experience.
They came out naturally, though. I wasn't thinking about them.
That's the point. Now, let's look at how some of those things were said, because a couple of things came up in the way we were speaking that are worth noticing.
Okay.
The first one, that's a good way to put it. I said that when you described hitting a wall. Did you catch it?
I think so. To put it, like to say something.
Exactly. To put it means to express something, to phrase it a certain way. And that's a good way to put it. Native speakers say this all the time when someone finds a good description for something. The full form would be, that is a good way to put it. But in conversation, it almost always comes out as, that's a good way to put it. Very fast, very connected.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I could use that with my students, actually. When they describe something about music.
Perfect context. The second one, it never does when you're in the middle of it. I said that when you said it didn't feel like enough. Did that one land?
I understood the meaning, but I didn't really think about how it was built.
Right. It never does. That's a short answer that refers back to what was just said. The full version would be, it never feels like enough when you're in the middle of it. But in natural speech, we compress. It never does. 2 words doing a lot of work.
Because the listener already knows what does refers to.
Exactly. You don't repeat. You trust the listener. And when you're in the middle of it, that's a phrase worth keeping. When you're in the middle of something means you're right in the hardest part of an experience. Not at the beginning, not at the end. Right in it.
When you're in the middle of it. I like that one.
Third thing, and this is more about what was carried under the words. When you said, I feel like I'm less, that was a really brave thing to say. And it's also something a lot of learners feel but don't have the language for.
It's embarrassing to say.
But it's real. And that phrase, I feel like I'm less, it carries weight. It's not just, I'm frustrated, it's something deeper. And when you paired it with less than who I am in Portuguese, that's actually very advanced emotional expression. You're comparing 2 versions of yourself. That's not beginner language.
I didn't think about it that way.
You don't have to think about it, you just said it, and that's the point. Okay, now the sentence starters. These are phrases you can use when you want to talk about how you're feeling in your English journey, or honestly, about any situation where you're trying to express something difficult.
I need these.
First one, and we used a version of this today, honestly, I feel like.
Honestly, I feel like.
This one is powerful because honestly does something before the sentence even starts. It signals that you're about to say something real, not the polite version, not the easy answer. It creates space for vulnerability without making it dramatic.
Like a warning that says what comes next is the real thing.
Exactly. Honestly, I feel like my English isn't moving. Honestly, I feel like I understand more than I can say. You can use it in class, with friends, with a teacher, any situation where you want to be real about where you are.
Honestly, I feel like I'm better at this than I thought.
Also works for when it's going well. Second starter, the part I struggle with most is...
Oh, that's useful.
This one does 2 things. It's specific. You're not just saying English is hard. You're pointing to one part. And it's honest without being negative. The part I struggle with most is speaking in groups. The part I struggle with most is finding the right word when I'm nervous. Native speakers respond really well to this because it shows self-awareness.
Can I try? The part I struggle with most is explaining music theory in English.
Perfect. And now someone knows exactly how to help you. See how specific that is?
Yeah, it's not just English is hard, it's this specific thing.
Third one, I know what I want to say, but...
Oh, I say this in my head all the time.
Say it out loud. That's the starter. I know what I want to say, but I don't have the words yet. I know what I want to say, but it doesn't come out right. This one is actually a complete sentence on its own.
and it's a really human thing to say. It tells the other person, I have something inside me that hasn't made it out yet. Give me a moment.
That's what plateau feels like, actually. I know it's in my head, it just doesn't come out in English the way it exists in my brain.
Say that to someone the next time it happens. Use those exact words.
Okay. Fourth?
Fourth, I used to feel like I was making progress, but lately,
Oh, that one is a little sad.
it is. And it's real. I used to feel like I was making progress, but lately I'm not so sure. I used to feel like I was making progress, but lately I feel like I hit a wall. This starter acknowledges the contrast, the before and the after. And that contrast is often what makes the feeling so hard. You had something, and now it feels like you don't.
I used to feel like I was making progress, but lately, it's quiet.
That's a beautiful sentence, Tommy.
Thank you. I'll put it on a t-shirt.
Okay. Fifth and last, what helps me most?
Oh, that's a positive one.
On purpose. Not every sentence starter is about struggle. What helps me most is listening to podcasts in the morning. What helps me most is talking to someone who doesn't judge my mistakes. This one moves the conversation forward. It's not just about the problem, it's about what you're doing about it, and it puts you in control of the story.
What helps me most is having a conversation like this one.
That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Don't get used to it.
Okay, 5 starters. Let's do the word tour. Word tour. Let's go through everything from today, the words that carry this episode.
Ready.
First word, plateau.
Plateau. That was the big one today.
Say it again, the pronunciation trips people up.
Plateau.
The T-E-A-U at the end is silent, plateau. It comes from French, which is why it looks different from how it sounds. A plateau is a flat surface after a climb, and in English, we use it to describe any situation where progress has leveled off. I feel like I hit a plateau. My guitar students usually hit a plateau around month 3. It happens in language, in sports, in fitness, in anything that takes time.
Plateau. It's actually a nice word for something that feels bad.
A lot of English is like that. Second, stuck.
Stuck. Simple, but heavy.
Heavy is right. Stuck means you can't move, physically or emotionally. I'm stuck in traffic. I'm stuck on this problem. My English feels stuck. It's the past form of stick, but we almost never say, my English sticked. We say stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah, that's the one.
And notice, I feel stuck is different from I am stuck. I feel stuck is about your perception. I am stuck is a fact. The feeling version is more honest usually.
I feel stuck, not I am stuck.
I like that.
Third, to make progress.
To make progress. You don't say to do progress.
No, and that's a common mistake. You make progress, not do progress. I'm making progress. I haven't made much progress lately. She made a lot of progress this semester. You make it like you're building something.
Make progress. Got it.
Fourth, to hit a wall.
I used this one today without thinking about it.
That's the best way to learn it. To hit a wall means to reach a point where you can't move forward. I've been studying for 3 hours and I hit a wall. The project hit a wall when we ran out of budget. It works for any situation: language, work, creativity, relationships.
I hit a wall with this guitar piece I'm writing. Yeah, I could use that.
Fifth, to feel like you're going nowhere.
That one hit me today.
Going nowhere means effort without visible result. I've been practicing every day and I feel like I'm going nowhere. We've been in this meeting for an hour and we're going nowhere. It's frustration with the process, not with yourself. Small but important difference.
Going nowhere. The process isn't working. Not, I'm not good enough.
Exactly, the framing matters. Sixth, to push through.
Push through. Keep going.
Keep going even when it's hard. I didn't want to finish the lesson, but I pushed through. Push through the difficult part. It gets easier. It's not about ignoring difficulty, it's about choosing to continue anyway.
Push through. I want to use this with my students. I know this is hard. Push through.
great teaching phrase. 7th, invisible progress.
Oh, that one was new.
It wasn't one word, it was a concept. Progress that exists but that you can't see or feel. We used it to describe the plateau. When you're at a high level, improvements are smaller and subtler. They don't announce themselves the way early progress does, but they're real.
Invisible progress. I'm going to remember that one for the days when I feel like nothing is happening.
Good, keep it. 8, to be in the middle of something.
When you're in the middle of it.
Right. The middle of something is the hardest part, not the beginning, not the end. I'm in the middle of a really difficult project. When you're in the middle of learning something new, it always feels worse before it feels better. It's a phrase that creates empathy. It says, I see that you're in the hard part.
I'm in the middle of a plateau. Does that work?
It works. It means, I know this is hard and I know it won't last.
Okay, bonus tip?
Bonus tip. Simple one. This week, pick one expression from today. Just one. Plateau, stuck, hit a wall, going nowhere, push through. Whichever one felt most like your life right now. And use it out loud. Once. Today, tomorrow, sometime this week. In a real moment, even if it's just to yourself. Even if no one hears it.
Because saying it out loud is different from knowing it.
Completely different. You know something when you recognize it. You own it when you say it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in a full sentence. It can be just standing in your kitchen and thinking, okay, I hit a wall with this, and recognizing the feeling with the right word.
That actually sounds doable.
That's the point. One expression, out loud. Imperfect is fine. Okay, that was a long one today, and I think it needed to be.
Yeah, I feel like we actually talked about something real.
We did. And if you made it here to the end of this episode, you're not someone who gives up easily. You pushed through.
Very smooth, Lily.
Thank you. Okay, before we go, subscribe if you haven't, hit like if this episode helped, and we have a comment challenge for you today.
Write 2 sentences. One using stuck or hit a wall wherever you are in your learning right now, and one using make progress or push through, where you want to go or what you're going to do about it. Write them like you're talking to a friend. Imperfect English is totally fine. Actually, imperfect English is the point.
Here's an example. I've been feeling stuck for a few months, but I'm going to push through and start speaking more, even when I'm nervous. Just like that. You don't need more than 2 sentences.
We read the comments. We really do.
We'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.
And remember, stuck isn't stopped. We'll be here when you're ready for the next step. See you soon.